Why don't you all come over here to the mic, if you will? So you have a chance to ask a few questions if you'd like.
Where's my daughter?
And I told them if you ask something that they don't like, I'm going to kick you out. So, what would you like to know?
Rebecca, the first one, I can tell, Miss Robinson, it looks like you almost have tears in your eyes. What's
Yes, I do. I'm a little overwhelmed and excited. I mean, we knew in our heart it was the right number, but to hear them actually come out and say, yes, this was the winner, because there's been some, you know, it is a little overwhelming.
Okay.
You all are one of the first ones to go public. What made you decide to do that?
Well, when we first knew, when she first knew that we had the ticket, and then I verified that, yep, what you're looking at is right, then I knew I had to do something, okay? So the first thing I went and did was I tried to talk to my daughter.
Speaking of which, Tiffany, where are you? Come on out.
Join the party.
Come on. Tiffany, come on. We don't have to, but
Was Tiffany in the house, or were you at home?
Tiffany lives in my mom and dad's house,
Home Abby.
which I own now
Okay.
because my parents are passed away. Well, anyway, I told her that I wasn't feeling good. I needed some Advil or medicine to bring it over because I wanted to tell her. Well, she got someone else to bring it over to my house.
Okay.
I called her. I said, Tiffany, why didn't you bring me the medicine? I need to talk to you. Well, I'm getting ready for work, Dad. So I told her, I said, I really need to talk to you. Well, you and Mom can come over. So we load up in the car. I go over there after telling her that I was sick, didn't feel good, and walk in the house. And I told her, I said, Tiffany, we got the winning numbers. And she said, no. I said, yes, we got the winning numbers. She didn't believe me at first. But it was very exciting for us. And once she believed what I was saying, then I went and talked to my oldest brother because he does investments. And I needed an accountant and I needed a lawyer. I knew that that's what I needed to do. So it took a while. I talked to his accountant. He put us in touch with Tom Williams.
Merrill Lynch.
With Merrill Lynch. And then I asked him who he would recommend for a lawyer. He recommended Tommy and Joe, which they have been fantastic.
You work fast. Can I ask you one quick question, and then I got another question. Did you take the lump sum or the annuity?
we haven't gotten to that part yet. That's next.
Okay. My other question is a bigger one.
Oh, he's going to tell you what he's going to take.
Oh, go ahead.
We're going to take the lump sum
You are.
because we're not guaranteed tomorrow.
Amen to that.
And how much is that?
That we don't know yet.
We don't know. We don't exactly know that, but
Miss Hargrove can answer that.
That's for you,
You're going to make me put my glasses on, Chris?
Well,
Ah. Everything else is on here.
328 and some change?
Andy, where are you?
We
How
don't.
much is it?
$327,835,077.
One more time?
Is that enough?
wow.
Yeah.
So how does it feel
Wow.
to win $328 million in one lump sum?
It not. I hadn't seen the money yet.
When they found out the ticket had passed all the validation processes and Lisa started tearing up, I said, wait till I hand you the actual check. That's when it feels real to most people.
How do you explain it to people? Because there's a lot of people who are looking in. You know, I don't know, did you guys hear about when there was the winter in Chino? There were a lot of people saying, well, that's one of the richest cities in the country. But your case is different. People are looking at you. You guys are a middle-class family. You live in a small town in western Tennessee. How do you explain it to someone what it is to watch your life sort of change just like that?
Well, we're going to hope that a lot of the press is going to respect our privacy once we get through talking with a few people. We do ask that because we are from a small hometown and we are very private people. We just basic life.
And not only are we private, we're common people. We're just like y'all are.
And my
Well,
daughter,
they're not common. Wait.
you know, we have wonderful neighbors, and
And
I
that's
just,
what I think about is my neighbors.
you know, we don't
I
want.
know a lot of the excitement that's showing up at my house right now. Well, I have some wonderful neighbors, wouldn't trade them for the world. And that's my big concern.
Yeah. Let me speak to that just for a moment. I'm Joe Townsend, his attorney. What he's really asking is that he's been reported by the neighbors, a few news crews out in front of his house. He would like for them to leave, and so that they can go home. And then if somebody wants to get in touch with his attorney to see about other type of, one-on-one type interviews. Right now they haven't slept for like 48 hours, maybe an hour or two.
Yeah.
They're tired. They would like to have some privacy after we do this.
Yeah.
And so if anybody's affiliated with them, if you can get word to them to please respect the privacy, it'd be greatly appreciated.
Can you tell us about how and when you bought the tickets?
Yeah.
Yes.
656.
Yep. I can tell you exactly.
5633.
33. That's right. I was on my way home from work that day, and she
Which
called.
day?
This
Wednesday.
was the 13th,
Wednesday.
and she told me, she said, you're gonna pick us up a couple lottery tickets, and I told her, I said, I really don't feel like picking them up. I said, but I'll stop at the store and buy the tickets. So I stopped at the store, walked into Nafy's, and told them. Matter of fact, I was behind one of my friends in line, and I reached around to this friend of ours, and I kind of poked her in the side, and I said, "Are you going to share?" and she looked around, and she said, "Sure." Well, then I stepped up the counter, and I told them that I wanted 4 quick picks on separate tickets.
Wow.
And she gave me the 4 tickets. I went home, wasn't feeling good. I laid them on the table, gave them to Lisa, and I said, I'm fixing to go lay down. I don't feel good. There they are. And she's the next one that checked the numbers of the drawing, and she come running in there screaming and crying, "You need to check these numbers. You need to check these numbers." So, and she woke me up out of dead sleep.
Did
So-
did that friend ask you to share?
No, she didn't. But they are
they,
some very good
they
friends.
did congratulate us. They
Lisa,
did
tell us about that moment when you go to wake him up.
Well, I was running down the hallway screaming and crying, and I said, "You gotta check the numbers." He woke up in a dead sleep, so he's all startled. I thought, what? So.
Did you sit on the bed? Did you fall?
No, he was on the couch. I was in the back. And long story short, he looked at him 3 or 4 times, and he says, "Baby, I think they are. I think these are the right numbers." And he said, "But I won't say anything and won't get our hopes up until we hear it in the media."
From the news media the next morning.
What's
I was hoping it was going to be earlier, but it didn't show up until 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
That Munford,
After we
Tennessee.
stayed up all night, because I'd flip between Channel 3 and Channel 5 and 13 just to see if they
Memphis.
Yes.
would be posting the winners.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't show up till 4:30.
Yeah, we were up waiting as well.
We were up waiting as well.
What is the first thing you guys are going to do with the money? What's on your list, at the top of your list?
Well, our daughter had some.
That's good.
Student loans that they're gonna help me pay.
It feels good to be able to do something
Yes,
about that,
that's
doesn't
right.
it?
Well,
We're
there.
going to pay our home off.
Yeah.
And but the very first, and when we bought the tickets, our first priority was to pay her student loans off.
Because my
Because
thing.
we just wanted a little piece of the pie. Now, I'm real grateful that we got the big piece of the pie.
Because the main thing is, we always say, I want a small piece of the pie, and I always hope for 5 numbers. I never hope for the winning numbers, never. I always hope for 5, because I know you get $1 million for 5, and that would cover her student loans and several other bills.
Yep.
So.
So, surely you've had a moment to dream big.
No.
What would you like to
I surely haven't.
No,
No.
not really.
What would you like to splurge on?
My family.
Yeah.
My family.
You're gonna pay off your house, but you're $300 million and some change. You don't want to move into some big luxurious compound, anything like that?
We don't need that.
It's only been
I
36 hours since the drawing.
I mean,
I've never wanted that in the past. I don't really want that now.
right. And you know, these big fancy houses, elaborate houses, they're nice, don't get me wrong. But also, you gotta clean them.
And I work full time. So,
Do you plan to continue working?
yes, I do.
Really?
Yes, I
Both
do.
of them plan to be back at work on Monday.
Really?
Yes, and so I hope the media can respect that and not keep showing up at my employment, because it is a very, it's a very special place, and it is a doctor's office, and we have patients that come in, and I really don't want any problems where they're going to ask me to quit.
So you know a lot of people are going to be listening thinking, wow, if I won, shoot, I'm not ever going back. Why are you guys going back to work?
Why not?
That's what we've done all our lives, is work. You just can't sit down and lay down and not do nothing anymore. I mean, because how long are you going to last? You know, we do want to enjoy a little bit of our earnings and maybe invest a little bit of it so our son and our daughter, they'll have it and they'll never need anything again. But
Did you, I know that I play the lottery too, and I played in this drawing, of course.
I'd suggest you buy a ticket in Tennessee before you go home. We're lucky.
Already done, yes.
Okay.
But guess what I was going to get at is when there's a part of me that thinks that if I had that ticket in my hand, all my stresses would just melt away.
No, actually more stress comes with that ticket.
Really?
Yes, it does.
Did you guys feel safe in New York?
Yes, we did.
What
We
about
felt
the
very safe because of the crew that took care of us.
holding on to the ticket, though? Did you feel safe?
yes, because no one knew I had it on me. Nobody knew that I was carrying the winning ticket. Because, like you're saying, most people, they're going to go hide it somewhere, put it in a safety deposit box.
Well, you signed it.
And plus, I signed it, that's right.
He signed it.
We went on to the site and followed every rule they had on
Everything
there.
that they said.
Good for you.
We did.
When you expect to see the lump sum, perhaps this is a question for Rebecca.
Rebecca.
Andy.
They'll get a small check today for a few million. We don't collect from our.
Something to get them home?
Yeah, we're looking at a few million to get home with.
See, she wore out.
We don't get money from, none of the retailers have paid the lotteries yet. So all the money that was sold in the last week will go to lotteries next Tuesday. And then it takes a couple days to clear that clearinghouse for each lottery. Then they send it to the Multi-State Lottery Association, probably by Friday. And then we get it all the next Monday or Tuesday. So their check will be about 10 days away, Andy? 10 business days before we even have the money to pay them. So we're going to loan them a few million until we get it done.
We can go buy dinner.
A couple of million.
How are you guys dealing with a lot of the media like this, and you guys have shows reaching out to you, the Ellen show's reaching out to you, like, how are you guys anticipate on dealing with this for the next little bit?
One piece at a time.
Yeah, basically, one of the things they wanted to do is to ask the media to use the law office as a filter, okay? And so, please, the request to, come in. They're tired, okay? Please understand that. They almost, 48 hours without any sleep, but an hour or two of sleep. So they need to get some rest, and then we'll entertain those other type of things. We know the American public and wants to hear from them. We've tried to accommodate the American public, and I think they've done a really good job.
They have. Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
What's your pup's name?
Abby?
Her name is Abby.
A-B-B-Y, yes.
What kind of dog is it?
She's a rescue dog.
She's a rescue.
Nice, absolutely.
There was a gentleman over there that started to ask a
I just
question.
had a quick, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Did you guys, tell me about your day. Did you wake up in Munford today, or did you go to New York last night?
We went last night.
Tell us a little bit about
They only got about an hour, not even an hour's sleep.
Well, we got about an hour and a half of sleep.
Right.
Why separate tickets as opposed to
That's
5?
just the way I do it. I mean, I don't have no rhyme or reason why I do it. I have 4 people in my immediate family, so I buy 4 separate tickets. That's just the way I do it.
And it was the third one that was
The one. So glad you didn't.
that
So
one.
1, 2, 3. No.
Are you guys regular lottery players, or is this
No.
just sort of a?
Just when it
No.
gets a little large, because like I said, my goal is always maybe to get a little piece of the pie. I always
You
like,
hadn't played Powerball much when it got up to just a couple
No.
$100 million.
I don't make enough money to play it every week, in my opinion. Now maybe I got a little bit more money, maybe. You know?
One more question.
yeah. one more.
Okay, we're gonna take one more question.
Can we hear from the daughter? You mind? Just tell us what you think.
I'm really excited, and I can't wait to see what everything involves. But I do ask that everybody does respect their wishes that they've asked. So.
Well, John and Lisa, I'm gonna ask you to come with me for just a second. Why don't you come
Thanks
right up
everybody for
here?
your patience.
John and Lisa and Tiffany, come right up here. Between you, Tiffany, you get on beside your mama. And here we go. Y'all have to have one of these. Congratulations.